Hello, this is Natalie Smith of Naps to Be Fit, customized health and fitness programs, and you are listening to GoTarryn TV. Enjoy the program.
Hey everybody, welcome to GoTarryn TV today. I'm Tarryn, the traveling trainer from Atlanta, Georgia. It's episode 481. We have a new guest on for the very first time, all the way from a place called Upper Black Eddy, Pennsylvania, representing Naps to Be Fit, customized health and fitness programs. She's the owner and personal trainer there. Her name is Natalie Smith. Natalie, how are you doing today?
Good today. Thanks, Tarryn. How are you?
Very good. Thank you very much for taking my invitation and taking this call. And I've got a very hard question for you, first and foremost. Upper Eddy Black, I've never heard of it. Can you tell us about that town that you live?
Yes, of course. Upper Black Eddy is a small town which has just been starting to be put on the map. It's near Ringing Rocks, where glaciers have deposited and melted a whole about 8 acres worth of boulders.
Cool.
Nice and quiet. We're surrounded by woods, hunting land. It's good rural country family town.
Very cool, Natalie. Well, that brings me into my next question. And again, thank you so much for taking the opportunity and the time to come on here. I wanted to ask a little bit about you. We met through LinkedIn, of course, and we're connected on there. But if you could tell the folks listening out there where you're from, where you grew up, are you from Upper Black Eddy? How did you end up there? And a little bit about yourself, please.
I grew up in Plumstead Township, which is about a 15-minute drive south of here.
Okay.
So I grew up in the area because we always came up to Upper Black Eddy for outdoor sports. And the roads weren't even paved, which was funny because when we would come up this way, there were no road signs.
Oh, wow.
And the driveways to people's personal properties were the same as the road. So we'd go up a half-mile, 1 mile long stone driveway and need to back up all the way because there was no place to turn around to get back to the road. So it was really fun trying to find your way around. But once we did, we loved it, and I always thought, when I grow up someday, I want to live in a place like this. And sure enough, it happened.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And how long has that been for about?
How long we've lived in Upper Black Eddy?
Mm-hmm.
Since about 1998.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that definitely is home then.
Yes.
Is that where most of your family and extended family lives too, in the Northeast up that way?
Yes. We're mostly southeastern Pennsylvania, and I have other relatives in other states. They had to move because of jobs.
Mm-hmm.
But the basic homeland is here. People settled here from Europe and Philadelphia.
Okay, I gotcha.
So I'm a firstborn American on my father's side, and second generation on my mother's side.
How cool. Very nice. And what we also share, you and I, Natalie, I was looking and doing some research from your education and background and growing up, and you've had a versatile, multiple kind of background in working in, different fields, as have I. I've worked in restaurant, retail, and management and such, and what have you. But you've had the successful Naps to Be Fit customized health and fitness programs now going on, is it since, I believe, 2008? Do I have that correct?
Yes, very good.
Yeah, and prior to that, before we talk about that company and your personal training, even before we get into that, can you tell the folks out there about your growing up, your education, where you went to school, and what you wanted to do initially, taking us back to, post-high school, I guess I could say.
Post-high school?
Sure.
Post-high school, I went for the personal training certification. I started college for wildlife science, wildlife conservation. That didn't work out for many, many reasons.
Okay.
It's never one reason that stops you from doing something. And I thought, well, it's time to start a family. I met my husband, had children, raised them. I'm a jack of all trades. I have very many varied interests. But I've always done health and fitness and training ever since junior high. I've always been very interested. in the health aspect, and I helped people
Mm-hmm.
with their health and exercise, and we'd just go out and play sports for the heck of it with my brothers and sisters. I'm 5 surviving out of 6 children, so we always did things outside, sports-wise. And I thought, well, everybody knows how to take care of themselves because that's the lifestyle I grew up with. I never knew personal training was a career. When I found that out, it was one of 3 options I can go into. It would be an outdoor field, going back to wildlife conservation, or inspecting houses, because we inspected our own houses before we bought them, and I thought, oh, good, I can help people with that.
Okay.
Or personal training. And I found a good nursing school. I thought, well, I'll look into that. And they had a great personal training course offered through American Council on Exercise, and I thought, what the heck, I'll go for that, because the government jobs were falling short, and the real estate market wasn't doing well. So I did the personal training course. I thought, everybody needs their health. I'm sick and tired of seeing people fall for the gimmicks. I want to have a true, good, educated voice to help people and not make a mistake along the way, injuring them. That's how I ended up into personal training.
Very cool. Now, a couple of things to ask you on that real quick before we move forward. First of all, in case your family's watching, can you tell us what are the kids' names and how old are they?
My children?
Sure. That way we could say hi to them if they're listening.
Tina, she was born 87.
Okay.
I'll put it that way because people don't always like their ages for now.
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay.
And my son's born 1990.
Okay. Very, very cool.
He has a wife, lives with us, and his wife, which I actually love, which is strange, but I love having my children around.
That's awesome.
My daughter's only a half hour away in another town, Quakertown.
That's perfect.
With her fiancé, Dave.
Excellent.
Well, so I hope they're all doing well today.
If they're all doing well and they're listening, we give them a shout out, and they're very proud. Mother's on here talking. So that's excellent. Now, another part of that I got to tell you, and for the folks listening out there, by the way, American Council of Exercise is one of the top, arguably the best personal training certification that's out there. As you know, Natalie, and the listeners, there's a short list of nationally accredited certifications available, and ACE is on that short list, obviously, as one of the best. And so I commend you for that. I love having, other fitness professionals on here who have gone through, the rigorous, intense personal training programs such as American Council of Exercise. So that is awesome. You might have said this, but let me ask you, when was that that you got your certification, approximately?
December 2008.
Okay, cool. Now, that leads us into my next part. Is that when you developed NAPS to be Fit customized health and fitness programs?
Yes. The business was actually established in January of 2009 when I finished all the tax and business forms.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. And so can you tell us what inspired you to name it NAPS to be Fit, and what was the concept and, the building model that you were envisioning?
NAPS is my initials, Natalie and Posechnik Smith.
Okay, I gotcha.
And NAPS spells out that we all need the proper amount of rest in a day, which a lot of people don't think about.
I like that. Excellent.
And then the customized health and fitness programs is I design programs that are unique to the individual, their sources, circumstances, goals, just to put it in a nice way to fit that I like to help people.
That is really cool. I like that. Excellent. And so,
thank you.
Yeah, so absolutely. So you now have just celebrated, I think, ongoing roughly 7 years 7 years plus since being in business now on your own.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. Now, can I ask you, in the beginning, what would you say was the difference between when you started NAPS to be Fit versus today? Like, what's one of the biggest things that stands out? Like, wow, how things have changed in the last 7 years. Anything stick out?
my name and recognition is bigger.
Good.
The obesity rate has skyrocketed.
True, absolutely.
They're just falling for the gimmicks and jump on the bandwagon and overdo one concept the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I come in and help them balance the program out so it works for them. General information is not working. Obviously, you see that.
Mm-hmm. You're right. What are some of the gimmicks that you kind of shake your head at and say, oh, my God, that's one of the worst things, how terrible? What are some of them that you've seen that kind of make you cringe or your skin crawl?
Well, the worst one, which I'm happy Ace backs us up on this one, is supplements. Instead of eating the real, whole, natural food. I grew up in the country where we farmed and grew our own food, and my family still does that on the lot I grew up on.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see. Yeah, I can say a shout-out to my mother and brother who still live there.
Let's say hi to them. What are their names?
Olympia and Nick.
Very good. Excellent. And
so,
yeah, go.
It's just, and then I hate to say this, but I'm not going to point fingers, but we all hear exercise more, eat less.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time I'm 80 years old, I'm going to be walking all day and eating one raisin? I don't think so. So that is, yes, that makes me cringe.
I like
and look
that.
what it's done to our country. Most of my clients who are heavy actually starve themselves because they're listening to what they're hearing and don't realize there is a minimum amount of calories we have to stick to. So people like that, they just don't know what to do with the information they're hearing.
That's true. And I like what you said, too, because it becomes almost too much of a cookie-cutter system. What stands out about your program, I like that you use the word customized and that you do personal training versus in the masses we hear and we see these infomercials. Or let's take supplements for a second. You know, you've got a supplement for every single kind of thing out there, like weight loss or virility or you name it. There's something that they sell, and I think that a lot of people listening can agree that's kind of gotten out of control, and for the most part it's not regulated by the FDA, and also for the most part what they find is that these supplements, and most doctors and people who study in medicine will say that these supplements, they're like a placebo effect almost, is that they're just filled with fillers and synthetic and have no substance. That's why I like what you said about the eating real, organic, whole food, too. I think that's really important.
Definitely, because what you just mentioned is all chemicals our body doesn't know how to process anyway.
Right, and we just urinate most of it out, too, I believe. Somebody was telling me the other day, people that take supplements, that a doctor was saying that America has one of the most wealthiest urine in the world because all we're doing is just pretty much pissing our money away, no pun intended. So.
Absolutely, and then making it hard on the liver to process.
Yeah, good point.
Fillers.
Absolutely. No, you're right. And let me ask you this, Natalie, another question for you. What are some of the joys that you would say in the last, say, 7 years since starting Naps to be Fit? What are some of the most rewarding things that you can take back and validate why you're doing what you're doing right now?
It is always when I hear my clients say they feel better and they're happier and they have a genuine smile on their face. And then when they write a review, that's worth everything to me.
That's awesome. That's very, very good. Excellent. And can you tell us, you don't, obviously this part, don't name any names, please, but tell us about some of your clientele. Like, who do you see in terms of, for example, age range, occupation, or other demographics? What are some of the different, or do you have a complete unique spectrum of clientele that you service? Can you tell us about your clients, again, without being too specific with names, of course?
Oh, of course. I understand the whole confidentiality thing, just as you do.
Mm-hmm.
My clients are very, very diverse because I have to work with everyone in all ages and fitness levels, and I have.
Great. Good.
So the ones I see the most often are the ones who have the money to pay me.
Oh, yeah.
I do help other people, and they make payments. So, of course, they're not able to stay with me, so I make a folder for them that they can follow on their own. I kind of call myself the Lone Ranger of personal trainers. I go where I'm needed, and I stay as long as I'm needed. I don't force myself on anyone.
Nice.
So, yes, my clients right now mostly middle-age to seniors because they have the time and the money. Mostly time is everyone's biggest detriment to sticking with the program. So then I design, that's where the customized comes in. I'll make a half-hour program a person can follow a few times a day. Or some people, they're working with a doctor, so then they're, of course, usually middle-aged to older adult. I'll design a quick stretching program or self-myofascial release program that they can follow. And then other people already have very physical jobs. So then I design something more cardiovascular for them. And they are also business owners, middle-aged. The children mostly get their physical fitness in school right now, which is good in our area. We still have a gym class.
Oh, good.
But I worked in the school district with group classes just to give them an idea of punk rope and other things we offer.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to lead into my next question. I know that you said that we do private small group classes or large group sessions, but tell us about punk rope because honestly, I'll be honest with you, I've never heard of that. What is punk rope?
Okay, punk rope is designed by a man in New York, Tim Haft.
Okay.
And it is of course it is jump rope mixed in a balanced whole body fitness program, 1 hour class.
Oh, how cool.
Runs it with a woman named Shauna, and we actually stay in touch. They're cool people. In New York City, they're still there. Look it up, punkrope.com.
I will. I'm going to write that down and maybe contact him to see if we can get him on the show as well. That's pretty cool. Oh,
I'm sure he'd love to. I think they've been on other programs. I'm pretty sure they have, being in New York.
Yeah.
Let me see.
That's awesome.
It is boot camp and recess.
Okay.
In a whole body balanced class.
Very cool.
It's fun.
Excellent. Well, yeah, I'm sure he'll appreciate that referral. I'll let him know that you sent me to him. And
that's all ages and fitness levels, which I've taught to all ages and fitness levels. I've jump ropes in all sizes, and if a child is able to stand up, they use a jump rope. So anywhere from 2 years old and over 70 have taken my class.
Oh, wow. That's impressive. So really wide range there.
Yes, because as a group fitness instructor, I show them progressions, regressions, and gear it to what they can do.
That's excellent. Very, very good. And let me ask you this here, Natalie, because I ask all my fellow fitness trainers this. What would you give in terms of advice or suggestions to people listening out there who are on our side of the field, maybe just starting up and looking to get into personal training? Any, like maybe 2 or 3 things or talking points of advice to outline for them before they embark on this journey of themselves to become a personal trainer?
Definitely. Look into how much it's going to cost just to retain your certification. Because you don't have the clients coming in and helping pay to keep the business going, that might not work for you. Because my expenses are always continuing, but my clients aren't always coming in because of me. So it doesn't always match up.
Good point.
So, yes, into the certification fees, the license, the ongoing education, credits, and whatever maintenance that you need to do, taxes. I only offer a service. I don't sell products. Let me see, what else? Make sure you study. Not everybody who goes into personal training passes and makes it. We are not muscle-bound airheads. You do need to study. You do need to learn the education. I remember someone in one of my classes saying, we're not going to be doctors. What do we need to know all this stuff for? We do need to know how the body works. That way I'm better able to help a person fix what's going wrong with corrective exercise. And it's not always exercise. It might just be moving through the day. So you call it what you want for that client. And what else? Love what you do. I went into personal training because I love helping people. I love the health and fitness, constantly studying. Make sure you don't get burnt out. Mm-hmm. Give yourself free time away from health and fitness. I know I've heard people say, I love eat, sleep, breathe, fitness, but you're going to get burnt out very quickly if you do that.
Good point. Good points, Natalie. I like that. And, you know, for the folks listening out there, if they're interested in becoming a trainer or into the fitness field, you couldn't have had better advice there from a very successful fitness professional such as Natalie Smith. And that's wonderful, Natalie. And let me ask you one more thing here before I get to the contact information for you. What do you foresee and envision, both short-term and long-term, for your business model, Naps to be Fit? What would you like to happen within, say, short-term the next year and long-term the next 5 to 10 years?
Honestly, what I like to see happen is I just continue helping people and they're pleased with my service.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough that they give out referrals. And long-term, same thing, plus make money to help my husband make a living.
Excellent. And we got to get his name if he's listening out there. What is your husband's name?
Rich.
All right, Rich. There you go. There you have it. We got to say to Rich, you have a wealth of knowledge from a wife who knows what she's doing. And again, I got to say, Natalie, I've enjoyed this time. It's flown by fast, and I can't thank you enough for sharing your knowledge. And I'd love to have you back on as a recurring guest. And that way we can talk some more health and fitness tips and suggestions because, again, this time has just flown by with you. Before I let you go, if it's okay, Natalie, can we please plug the website and get your contact information if anybody's listening, they want to learn more about your programs and contact you directly?
Sure. Thank you, Tarryn. The website I use is on ideafit.com.
Okay.
So you just go to www.ideafit.com and /profile/Natalie-Smith if they want to find me.
Okay.
And they'll have all my contact information there. I also do homeopathy, everything natural. So yes, you've not even touched base with everything I offer.
Well, that leaves us for a really good subject then to talk about next time we have you back on. I'd love to know more about that for sure.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Natalie. And again, keep up the great work up there in the greater Philadelphia area. I think you're doing a wonderful job up there in Upper Black Eddy. I've learned a new town, and it's great to meet you and learn and more about you and make a new friend out of you, too. So let's definitely do this very soon in the near future, please.
Thank you, Tarryn. Sounds good to me.
My pleasure. And again, folks, that was Natalie Smith, Naps to be Fit, customized health and fitness programs. If you're watching right now, grab a pen and paper. As we fade to black, we're going to have her website and contact information on the screen right now. Natalie, enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You do the same.
Thank you. Okay, folks, that'll do it. There you have it, Ms. Natalie Smith. You saw the contact information, Naps to be Fit, customized health and fitness programs. And I got to tell you, Natalie, if you're watching, thank you so much for taking the time out to be here. It was a breath of fresh air to talk to you and listen to you right here on GoTarryn TV. It was wonderful to meet you, and definitely let's have you back on as a recurring guest in the very near future. And keep up the great work up there. And again, so nice to meet you. For all the folks out there who live maybe in the greater Philadelphia area, there you have it. You got to check her out today and contact her and tell her you saw her right here on GoTarryn TV. That'll wrap up today's episode. I want to invite everybody also to please make sure to check out the website link down there at the bottom of your screen. And please, if you could, connect with yours truly by doing one of the 3 following things, or maybe all 3 of them. Please make sure to like GoTarryn on Facebook, subscribe to GoTarryn on YouTube, and follow GoTarryn on Twitter. That'll keep you connected with yours truly, Tarryn, the traveling trainer of GoTarryn Personal Training, who tells each and every one of you that it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. Thanks so much for watching, folks. We will see you on the next video blog, everybody. Bye-bye.